Welcome to R&R Lifestyle. We are in early February down here in South Georgia, and I wanted to give you guys a quick little update on our beehive. We had two beehives. The original one died in the month of January. It was weak from when we came back from our honeymoon in July, and it was never able to fully recover. It's like the queen kind of stopped laying, although she was still in there. She was laying some, but not much brood. And it got really cold down here. We got an ice storm down here in South Georgia near the coast, which is really rare. So that hive got really weak, and the freezing just really killed it. The other hive, however, is 3 brood boxes big right now, and that one we picked up a 5-frame nuke in August of last year, 2017, and it's now 3 full 8-frame boxes of full of bees and brood. They're laying drone cells already. They're coming back loaded with pollen. So I wanted to give you a little bit of a look at that hive. I'm not going to open it up other than for us to look inside the Flow Hive Honey Super, which I've already gone ahead and put on top so that the bees can start going up there and filling out the little cracks in between the artificial comb, so that once the flow starts down here, we can go ahead and we can get a really good load of honey up in there and maybe have a couple of harvests in the spring. We'll see. But let's take a walk over to the actual hive itself, and I'll show you. There was a orientation flight going on earlier when I stepped over there. We'll see what it looks like now. Okay, so you can see right here all the bees coming in. I'm going to try and get close enough so you can see them coming in with the pollen. They are coming in just loaded with pollen. Like I said, this is February 5th. They have never really hibernated and stayed inside, except if it was really cold out, then they stayed inside. But for the most part, they've been foraging all winter long down here along the coast. We're hoping that means a really nice honey harvest come spring. So let's go on ahead up here. I'll pull back a little bit, and you can see here that this is a 3 brood boxes tall, and then we've got our honey super on top. This is a Flow Hive honey super, and for those of you that have never seen one, the side of the hive opens up, and I'll open this up for you just so you can see inside, and you can see what the bees are doing in there. So hopefully you can see all the comb in there, and they're going to fill in all those little cracks in the wax. The artificial wax. They'll fill that all in. They're cleaning it all out right now. Some of them are already filled in. Some of them have to be filled out more. I'm hoping that you can see this okay and I'm not too close. There's a lot of bees up here. Now there's 6 frames up here on top. These are wide frames, and those will be filled with only honey, because right there we've got the honey super, or the queen excluder right here. So that is the queen excluder, and then we've got our bees up here. These are the little worker bees up in here doing all their little work to try and get this hive all prepared. And then obviously on a Flow Hive, you harvest from the back of the hive back here. And we'll take a step back here and we'll take a look at that. I'm going to close this back up. It's just going to be a quick little video for us to upload to you. So I'll come back over here. Now when you harvest, see this little knob here and this knob here? That's a little piece of wood about that thick, and it pulls out, and that's for you to put your tool in and turn it 90 degrees to actually separate the different comb that's inside the Flow Hive that we looked. There's like 6 frames in here, and that'll separate them, and then the honey will run down and out the bottom, which you're going to see in just a second here. So I'll pull this off, And here you can see this is where the actual honey runs out. There's a tube that goes on after you take this off. There's a tube that goes on there and it sticks out, and you put your jars right underneath, and the honey runs out after you crack open the hive. It separates the two sides, and then the honey runs down inside each one of these frames. You do them one or two at a time, and it runs down inside there and out these little channels that are at the bottom down here. So the bees are inside there right now, and they're cleaning them out and putting the wax in between each one of these things so that they can get it all prepared, so when the honey nectar flow starts, they're ready to go. So I just wanted to give you a quick look at the Flow Hive and what's going on right now. And I'm going to set you down right over here by the front of the hive, and I'm going to close this back up. Okay, so that gives you a little look at the Flow Hive and what's going on with the Flow Hive right now. We're just going to kind of let the bees go. We're not feeding them. They're foraging all on their own right now. We've got, this is jasmine, Confederate jasmine right here, and we've got it all around our fence, and that'll all fill in. This is wildflowers all right here, and I'm about to mow this down and release all those seeds, and it'll all come up wildflowers all the way back to that beehive back over that way. So got a little ways to go. It's starting to warm up. Today's about low 60s, and tomorrow's supposed to be up around 70, but we'll be in the 60s most of this week. So we're starting to warm up down here. This is a little bit colder than normal. Normally we're already up in the 70s, mid 70s. So anyway, thanks for watching R&R Lifestyles, and we'll be back to you with some more videos. We've got a lot of fun stuff upcoming.